Hey guys, if you are joining me, you might not have been able to make your virtual classroom time for reading. You are in the Tiger group, which is at 9:30 on Wednesdays. This is just a recorded video so you can get a little bit more practice and you don't lose any of the skills that we were practicing in my classroom. What we're going to do is, because this group is combined of two of my reading groups, we're going to go back and review skills that everybody has practiced. Some of you are a little bit further ahead, but we're going to hit the patterns and skills that we all need to review. So we are actually going to review our welded sounds for NK and our welded sounds for NG. So I've got my cards here and we're just going to really quickly go through these sounds, and then I'm going to read a story to you guys out loud. And we'll kind of search in the story for words that fit our pattern, and we're going to do a little cause and effect activity when you're done. And this is what the cause and effect looks like. We've done these before in class with the what, why boxes. If you have paper and pencil, you can copy this along as we go. At any point, you can pause the video. So if you do want to copy and you want to participate along, feel free. And then at the end, you'll have an activity to do, which would have came out of our workbook. So you'll either just write the answers down at home or maybe on a whiteboard, and then I'll give you some time to do that. And you can pause the video during that time, and then you'll come back and we'll check the work together as a group. So we're going to practice our A-N-K sound, which is the ank sound. If you remember, words like bank, sank, think have that. We have I-N-K, which is the ink sound, like rink, wink, pink. We have my O-N-K, onk, which makes words like honk is a good one, bonk. And then we have U-N-K, which says unk, and words like trunk, sunk, stunk. And then we also practice some NG welded sounds. Remember, all these patterns that we practice, those are those three letters, they're coming together, and they're kind of making that sound all together. So we call them welded, like they're stuck together. So my O-N-G made ong, like long and song. U-N-G said ung, like rung or hung. A-N-G was ang, like sang, and then I-N-G, ing, like ring and wing, thing. The story that we're going to read today is called The Vet, and in this story, we actually have some of the NG sounds. So we might have words that have the ang or the ing or the I'm going to read it out loud the first time, and since you don't have the reader with you, I'm just going to hold it up, and then you can just follow along as we read, and then we'll fill in our cause and effect sheet. So the title of my story is called The Vet. It says, Fred's pet cat had to get a shot. The cat went with Dad to the vet. Fred went in the van with Dad and the cat. At the vet, Fred's cat sat on Dad's lap and had a nap. A big tan dog sat on a red rug. The vet had a long list. Fred's cat was next on the list. Fred's dad got up with the cat. Let me straighten that out a little bit for you. There we go. Fred's dad did step next to the big tan dog. The dog did yelp at the cat. The vet did drop his list. The cat did jump and run into the van. Fred had to get his cat from the van. Fred did not step next to the big tan dog, and the cat got his shot. The dog was next on the vet's list. The dog did yelp at the cat. And a yelp is kind of like a yell that an animal does. Sometimes they do it if maybe they're hurt. Like I've accidentally stepped on my dog before and she's yelped. It's kind of like a yell. So with this story, we're going to look at this cause and effect chart. So it gives me on one side, and what we remember is the cause is why is something happening. The effect is what happens, okay? So if you kind of think about, it's a sunny day outside right now. I decide I want to go play outside. Well, the cause Why I'm playing outside is because it was sunny. And what was the effect of it being sunny? What did I go do? I went and played outside. So we're going to fill this chart in, and we're going to do it with the story The Vet. Now, like I said, if you want to pause the video, you can, and you can actually draw this chart and fill in the 2 spots that I have. You don't have to. You can just follow along if you want, okay? So here it says, my cause why. Well, I have the effect. It says the cat and dad go to the vet. Well, why? What was the cause of them having to go to the vet? Now, something that's important is we can go back in the story. We don't have to try to guess. So if I go back, it says in the very first line, Fred's pet cat had to get a shot. The cat went with dad to the vet. So I know, well, why is the cat going to the vet? The cat has to get a shot. Pretty easy. Well, now the next part comes. It tells me the dog yelps at the cat. Well, that's the why, the cause. What's the effect of when the dog yelped at the cat? So let me go ahead and I'm going to keep reading to see if I can find that. And I'm going to pick up from where I was. Let me see. I want to make sure you guys have a good visual. Let's see. Let's just keep on reading. Fred went in the van with Dad and the cat. At the vet, Fred's cat sat on Dad's lap and had a nap. A big tan dog sat on a red rug. The vet had a long list. Fred's cat was next on the list. Fred's dad got up with the cat. Fred's dad did step next to the big tan dog. The dog did yelp at the cat. The vet did drop his list. And then here we go. The cat did jump and run into the van. So after the dog yelps at the cat, I think maybe it scares the vet a little bit, the noise, and the vet drops the list. Well, the dog yelps at the cat, and what does the cat decide to do? The cat runs back into the van. So that is my effect. Now, I want to go ahead and look at this last box here. I can fill in one more cause and effect relationship. So, I want to see if I can find another cause and effect relationship down here at the bottom of this story. Okay, down at the bottom, and I really like this part. It said the dog was next on the vet's list, and the dog did yelp at the vet. So I think in this story, I'm going to put here the dog did yelp at the vet, and well, actually, I'm going to flip this. Okay, so what did the dog do? The dog yelps at the vet. Well, why did the dog yelp at the vet? What was the cause? Well, the dog was next on the list to get a shot. So the vet had to work with the dog. So when he probably had to get the dog decided to yelp at the vet. So why does the dog yelp? The dog was next on the list. Oops, I'm going to move this for you. There you go. So this is the bottom part of the cause and effect chart. So this story just had some NG sounds in it. Now, what I'm going to let you guys do is actually pause the video in 1 second. And I have this sheet here. Let me see if I can move it so that you guys can see it really well. Okay. So I'm going to leave this sheet up here for you guys to view. It's a little dirty. And with this, it's going to give you a sentence and then it's got your words on the bottom. So, like for example, Fred's cat had to get a, and then I've got my choices down here on the bottom. And I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences that I have to fill in. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 options. So remember, that means something is not going to fit up here, okay? So for the first one, let's do it together. Fred's cat had to get a blank. Well, in the story, what did Fred's cat have to get? Fred's cat had to get a shot. So you would go ahead and you would write that word shot right up here. And for you guys, you can just get paper if you want and number it 1 through 6. And then just next to number 1, you can write your word shot. Or if you just want to take a minute, look through the paper and figure out what the answers are, that's okay too. Pause this video. However you want to do this, go ahead, unpause it. When you come back, we'll go over the answers, okay? So you should have had time to pause it and come on back. So let's go ahead and do the rest. The cat went with Dad and Fred to the, where did they go to get the shot? They go to the vet. So if you didn't have it right, you can correct it. The vet had a, so I look at my choices, run into the van, yelp at the cat, from the van, next, or long list. And if I remember, the vet had a long list. The big tan dog did, so what did the dog do to the other individuals? The big tan dog, well, he didn't run into the van. Remember, we realized the cat ran back in the van after the dog yelped at him. But the cat ran into the van because he got yelped at, the dog. So the big tan dog did yelp at the cat. Okay. The cat did jump and run into the van. Fred had to get his cat blank and the cat got his shot. So I have a choice of either from the van or had to get his cat next and the cat got his shot. Well, remember, the cat had ran into the van. So he had to get his cat from the van. I'm sorry, my handwriting is a little bit sloppy. I'm trying to write and hold this page at the same time. So hopefully you can see this, and I'm going to actually pull it up a little bit so you can maybe see your answers a little bit better. So what you're going to do is watch this video if you weren't able to join our live class. I may be posting some things onto Dojo for you guys to do that are optional, just so you don't lose any reading skills we practiced. A packet was also sent home to everybody that's in this group with some reading and writing activities. Pace yourself. I would suggest maybe do one activity just for me during the week. I know you have a lot of other things that you're doing for your regular ed class. If you can join us next week on Wednesday at 9:30, please do so. If not, then we will be back here with some videos and activities posted. Bye, guys.